A warm-up is important for many reasons, and optimally, you want to be achieving all of these via enforcing relevant and correct movement patterns. The footage I have in the background is a warm-up I do 80% of my track sessions. I start with less intense dynamic stretches, so these are kind of your like swinging or moving stretches to, loosen the joint and muscle. And honestly, pretty quickly I move on to basic drills that enforce correct running and force into the ground. And I like to go through and mentally check off each body part while I do this. So I start with the drills that kind of prioritize my ankles, and then to my knees, and lastly my hips. And then finally I finish with 1 to 3, and usually 3 sets of a more intense movement. So I usually choose one of, either sprints, skips, 3-2-1 jumps, or straight leg bounds, or sometimes just some shitty jumps. So for me, this is the bog standard. It can take me 15 minutes or 30 minutes if need be. If it's a comp, I keep warm afterwards by wearing some thicker clothes or a blanket, and wait before my event before having a warm-up jump or two. And if it's training, I'll probably just get into it. And again, this is good and all, but this is 80% of the time. Sometimes it's mentally taxing to run the same routine. You might have some time constraints, or you just can't be fucked really. And a warm-up's goal is these things. Blood flow, firing up the neurosystem, raising your body temp, all that good stuff. But honestly, it can be anything. Kick a ball around, do some cartwheels, dance, play a game of tag, fuck around jumping on the mat, try new techniques. Have fun with your warm-up. It's not going to make or break your sessions. The main thing is to get a sweat going before you hop onto the main dish. As a disclaimer though, a big mistake I see young athletes doing is not giving themselves enough rest. So after their extensive and tiring warm-up, they then go straight into trying to put on the performance of a lifetime. You need at least a 5 to 10 minute break in between. And literature also shows evidence that your body can actually hold a warm-up for 45 minutes. So while I wouldn't recommend intentionally resting the entire 45 minutes, think of it like this. What is Barsham doing in between his jumps? A. Moving to retain body temperature. B. Stretching for fuck knows what reason. Or C. Having a snooze in some comfy ass clothes. That's right, he's fucking laying there, glasses on, picking his nose like every other top jumper. So what's the final message? Get warm, have fun with it, and your best performances happen when you're not out of breath. So this might have been a bit of a nothing video, but thank fucking god hibernation's over and off-season training's commencing. Happy jumping, fellas.